Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm a volunteer for OACAC and StriveScan, and we'll be walking you through the session tonight and facilitating the session. Just a couple things. If you do have questions, please use the Q&A button in the chat to ask questions. You can do that at any time. Your camera and microphone are off automatically, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. Feel free to sign up for more sessions. These are going on through October at oacac.org. And we are recording this session, and about a week out, these will be available also at oacac.org. So I will go ahead and introduce Linda Hoffman from Malone University. Thank you, Linda.
Yeah, thank you. Great to be here with you all, and hopefully we'll have a chance to learn a little bit more about Malone University. And I am going to do my best to share my screen and kind of walk through a presentation with you. So we'll hope that the magic works here. Okay. So there I am and my contact information. So again, my name is Linda Hoffman, and I serve here at Malone as Director of Admissions, and been here at Malone for 7 years and really have enjoyed my time here. So my contact information, if you need to reach me, lhoffman@malone.edu. And I'm just going to backtrack to the opening slide here again. Malone kind of, we use 3 words to describe ourselves, amongst other things, but 3 main topics come up when people talk here on campus about Malone. That we are a welcoming campus, that we are a mentoring campus, and that we are a serving campus. I'll go into those a little bit more as we go on, but welcoming, mentoring, and serving is what Malone is about. And I don't think I'm going to play this because I don't believe, as I'm not sharing this, it's going to, you'll hear the sound. But this is a video, it's on our website, so I would encourage you to visit our website. I'll talk about that a bit more too, but talks about kind of the history of Malone, how we are focused on welcoming. And we are a Christian university. And so at Malone, we are welcoming of students regardless of where they are on their faith journey. It doesn't have to be that students have grown up in the church. They are welcome regardless of where they are. And as a Christian university, one of the things that we hope will happen is that they learn more about their faith, and that becomes part of their Malone experience, is learning more about obviously their academic pursuits, but also about who they are as a child of God. So wherever students are in their faith journey, they are absolutely welcome here at Malone. What makes a Malone education distinctive? A number of things, and we will dive into several of them. Academic outcomes. Our students, after their time here at Malone, are getting jobs. 90% of our graduates are employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduating from Malone. 82% of those graduates are working or studying in a field of their choice. They have, we will talk more about majors and minors, but 50+ majors and minors, and those students graduating from those programs are impacting not only the local area, but the country and even beyond to the world. So every different program is slightly different, but they're finding jobs, and many of them in their fields, most of them in their fields. Community. One of the Malone distinctives is our community. If you were to talk to a group of students here, I would guarantee that one of the ways that they would describe Malone is that we are a community. Students, you can see them in the picture here, engaged around a gas fire pit on campus in our quad, very popular place on campus. But that is a sense of community right there, but you could easily find them hanging around the fire pit with a couple of faculty and maybe even some staff. Whether they are, if they're student athletes, you can expect that our faculty and staff will be supporting them on the soccer field or cheering them on the cross-country course. If it's a theater production, their friends, their family, their faculty and staff would be there as well, and as well as their music productions. So very much our students and faculty very much involved in each other's lives. Many of our faculty will have students over to their homes. Frankly, many of the staff will have students over to their home. One of my favorite events that we do here at Malone is our progressive dinners. The whole campus doesn't do them, but the students can sign up. And as space is available, they get to go to 3 faculty and or staff for hors d'oeuvres, dinner, and dessert. And a lot of fun. I've done it a number of times, and just getting a chance to really know the students better, and for them to get off campus and to be in a real home, away from home. Certainly that's not happening right now during this season of COVID, but it is a way for us to engage each other in community, outside of campus even. So every student has a place where they belong. I'll talk a little bit more about a thing called Pendle Hill in a little bit, but it's our job here at Malone UC to help students find where they belong, what is their calling, who are they meant to be, and we want them to belong here on campus. We have one-on-one mentoring with faculty, not just one faculty, but many faculty and staff as well, and opportunities for involvement. So stay tuned on that too. Location. So here is some pictures of unique things in the greater Canton, Northeast Ohio area. Canton is home of, if you haven't heard, the Football Hall of Fame. Very proud of our football heritage here in Canton. It consumes a lot of the month of August in Canton, the Enshrinement Festival, and a lot of fun. Being still somewhat new to the area, it's what caught my attention very quickly as to how much of this area is embedded in football, the football world. So it's a lot of fun. The Football Hall of Fame is a really nice museum, a really great place to go. Speaking of museums, here in Canton, if you're not aware, we are the home of the McKinley Presidential Library and Museum. Wonderful museum, children's museum, adults as well. Great place to go. We are a stone's throw from Akron here in Canton, and in Akron, a lot of activities. The zoo is just a hop, skip, and a jump away. And for our students who are in our zoo and wildlife biology, they take advantage quite often of the relationship with the Akron Zoo. We also have a national park just up the road on 77. And that is a great place to get outdoors, go hiking, go biking, go rock climbing even. So lots of opportunities to get outdoors in the Northeast Ohio area. And then there's Cleveland certainly, and lots to do in Cleveland as well. Football, our Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is up there, and the lake, and that's all within an hour's drive of campus. So there's a lot of opportunities here in Canton, or here at Malone, just being in Canton. It also is great for the opportunities that we have for our nurses, for our social workers, for our education majors, for our business students, any program that has an internship or practicum or student teaching experience, which is most of our programs. It's a great location because easy access to Canton and Akron and all the opportunities that are there for them. Clubs and organizations. I generally, when I'm meeting with a student, make it a point to say to them, find one or maybe 2 things that you can get involved with your freshman year. Don't overdo it. Don't sign up for every activity that we're offering, but find 1 or 2. And for even student athletes, go beyond just the sport. Find something else to get involved with. So if you are a student in high school who's been involved in everything, good for you, and you can get there. Just don't dive in your first couple weeks of college, but find something that you love or that you've always wanted to try and jump in and get involved. That will make your experience in college so much broader and so much better. At Malone, we have a wide variety of clubs and organizations. You can see some of them here. Snake holding isn't actually necessarily an activity, but we do have a program called Zoom that's for our zoo students and anybody who loves animals. And they take care of animals and they take them to schools and community organizations and share them, kind of a show and tell and learning educational opportunity. So that's the young lady in the middle there with her snake. We also have a lot of music opportunities, our chorale, our wind ensemble, our marching band, jazz band, a number of smaller organizations too. You do not need to be a music major to be involved in the music programs at Malone. In fact, probably 50% of our students in those ensembles are non-music majors. So we rely heavily on students who just love to play, love to sing, and love to create music, and would encourage you to do that too. A couple other the pictures here. SAC, the one at the bottom there, that's our Student Activities Council. They are in charge of all of our student activities. So if you like organizing, you can get involved in student government. You can get involved specifically with our Student Activities Council and help arrange for some of these events. We also have competitive clubs, not quite varsity or JV, junior varsity teams, but if you have an interest in esports or rugby, ultimate frisbee, let's see what else, a couple of other opportunities there, get involved. Those are competitive clubs. They play other schools and very active here on campus. So would encourage you to check those out. And then most of our academic programs have clubs and organizations associated with the actual departments. So get involved. We do not lack at Malone for things to do on campus and certainly off campus either. The bottom picture up there with the palace, we have an honors program here at Malone that does a fair amount of activities and some social activities too. And I believe this is them at a production that they went to recently, and I think it was a year or so ago, of Mamma Mia. And then service opportunities. Malone being a Christian university, we do a lot of ministry opportunities here in Canton and even beyond Canton. Volunteering at shelters and different things like that. So just endless opportunities to get involved. A couple of other things that I will point out as far as opportunities. Some of our traditions you'll see in front of you. The top one is what we call a Davenport Derby. And if you've never heard the word Davenport, it's what my grandparents would have called the sofa or the couch. And so this particular picture up on the screen right now is not necessarily the most decorated that I've seen of the Davenport Derby, but it is shows you the enthusiasm. So there's generally 4 guys or young women on the couch with I think about 4 students pushing the couch. It's on wheels and it is a race. We have men's teams and we have women's teams every year, and it happens in early October. So I can't wait. It's coming up here very soon. And then we race the couches, and the winners win a $200 gift card for pizza. So it's been a tradition here at Malone forever. At one point, it was actually a bed race, and it morphed into a Davenport Derby because we apparently like our alliterations here at Malone. But a lot of fun, and even if you're in the community, come out and check out the Davenport Derby. We have a senior citizens home on the edge of our campus, and about 2 or 3 years ago, they actually joined in on the fun and entered as a competitive entry. So we have our own college students pushing the senior citizens, but they enjoy themselves sitting on the couches being pushed across the finish line. So I think we're a little more gentle than perhaps these young men are here. Some of the other pictures in the center there below the Davenport Derby, some young women looking a little scary there, but we have a lip sync competition every year, and that's a lot of fun, very competitive also. And always very entertaining and actually extremely well done. We have some very talented lip singers on our campus over the years anyway. The bottom photo there of the students pushing the young man over the wall. Every year we have in our freshman class have to take a course called the College Experience. It's a required course, and it's kind of a course to help you transition into the college years at Malone. They do a whole orientation together as a class. And they do usually some sort of a ropes course or outdoor kind of a trusting activity. So that's what that photo is there. So lots of opportunities to get involved, to get to know each other, and that just helps again with our community, sense of community. Athletics. We have 17 varsity sports, and we also have some JV sports as well. So we have unique, because we are a Christian college, I like that they say they're Christian, Christ-centered, athletic focused, coach-driven, very, very much integrate faith into our sports too, on the field, on the course. And whether you are golf, whether you are soccer, whether you are swimming and diving, cross-country track, softball, baseball, basketball, there's a lot of opportunity for you to get out and get some exercise. Like I said, we have varsity, we have JV, we do have the club teams, and there is intramural as an option here too. If you are maybe not wanting to jump into a varsity sport, you can get involved in the intramural programs. We are part of the GMAC, and so our travel is pretty much in Ohio and a little bit south. So very competitive, and enjoy supporting our team. So if you're sitting out there and thinking, I am not a student athlete, that's okay. You can do what I did back in the day and be a good supporter of your athletic programs on our campus. And that's a lot of fun too. And that's, again, part of what makes us a community. We are the Malone Pioneers. So if you hear me referring to the Pioneers, that is our mascot, JW Scout, up on the top of that slide there. Faith. I've already mentioned that we are a Christian university. Our motto, or our kind of our tagline here, is Christ's Kingdom First, and it's far more than a tagline. We do talk a lot about the integration of faith and learning, whether that is in the classroom. Our faculty are Christian individuals here and coming from a wide variety of backgrounds. We actually are affiliated with the Evangelical Friends Church, but our campus community, faculty and staff and students come from a wide variety of denominational backgrounds. And again, that could be Protestant, Catholic, Orthodox, and students who aren't really sure where they are in their whole faith journey. Again, they're all welcome here at Malone. But we do emphasize that Christ's Kingdom First is here at is what we are about here at Malone in all we do and all we say. Faith integration in the classroom. Say you're a nursing major. We talk about not only nursing and how to heal the patients physically, but we also talk about the spiritual healing that in many cases needs to happen, or at least the support. If a patient's going through a very rough time, having those conversations in the classroom as college students about how to minister to their patients can be a very helpful and powerful aspect of your education. And talking about what does it mean to be a Christian in the business world, or what does it mean to be a Christian in the criminal justice system. So those are conversations that are had in the classroom and frankly outside the classroom at Malone. Encouragement and support at every step in your faith journey. If you were to go to this particular office, which is in our spiritual formation office, they have a sign on their door that says you are welcome here. And they started that kind of campaign just again to be a safe place for people to come in and talk regardless of where they were in their faith journey. And again, hoping to have that aspect of their life grow. So it's a great part of our community. It's really what makes us who we are. And we also have at Malone what's called SFOs. And what SFOs stand for are spiritual formation opportunities. And that's a mouthful, so that's why we say SFO. The SFOs at Malone are a required part of our semesters. Students are required to complete 15 SFOs a semester, and that's basically 15 hours. It's not a grade, it's not a class. There's opportunities. The top photo there on the left is the community worship that we have every Wednesday from 10:10 to 11. And that is a time for faculty, staff, and students to come together, similar to a church service. I would say a contemporary church service. And so that happens throughout the semester, and they take attendance. So that can be one of your 15 every week if you want. And again, 15 for the semester. So if you go to each of the community worships, you've actually met your 15. There's some other things. We have life groups right below that. Life groups are smaller group Bible studies. And again, those count for spiritual formation credit too. So just another thing. So you may be more into the smaller group sessions, or you may prefer the larger setting. Celebration, next to that, is our Thursday evening worship service. Again, another way to earn spiritual formation opportunity credit. And I Can Relate is an open discussion that students can talk about. There's different topics that they can talk about. And again, you can see pretty full room, and students that will count for their spiritual formation opportunity credit. So 15 a semester. Students have to try hard not to complete the SFOs, because on Wednesdays during community worship, there are no classes going on during that time. So it's really easy to attend, and it's something that students really do enjoy. And if they go to those and even do a life group or two, they've more than met the requirements. And again, that's one of the ways that we hope to help students grow in their faith. And that's an outside of the classroom experience. Value and affordability. In this day and age, college is not an inexpensive endeavor. So we talk a lot about the value of Malone and the education that you receive here, but we also work really hard in the affordability of Malone University. Our financial aid office is outstanding. They will work with you individually to help meets your needs, and help think creatively and help steer you in ways of finding additional aid, even maybe outside of Malone. But we work very, very hard in making it affordable, and also just making sure that you understand that a Malone education is an investment in your future. And we have very strong, very good academic scholarships. So if you are on this, if you are out there and maybe in your early years of high school, work hard. Academics and doing well in school, it really, really does make a difference. At the end of the day, we find that many of our students, most of our students, actually look at their financial aid packages from the various schools that they're looking at, and actually find that the affordability of Malone is equal to the affordability of even a state school that they're looking at. So they do work very hard at that. Last year, our average total aid per student was $31,629. So that is not just grant money, but it is merit-based scholarship, need-based scholarships and grants, and it's outside, like state and federal as well. So it's a variety of different aid. So again, work hard to make sure it's affordable. And you can see there, Malone's out-of-pocket price is comparable to most public universities. I mentioned early on when we started tonight about the Pendle Hill Pledge. This is a pledge that we make to all of our students as they enter as freshmen and continue that pledge through their 4 years of college here at Malone. You see a hill in the back, and it's got the label there, Pendle Hill. It's in England. It's actually a place. And there's a graphic there. It's not an actual photo of the gentleman I'm going to mention here, but there's the story I will briefly share with you is there's a gentleman by the name of George Fox, who's actually the founder of the Quaker movement, which is where the Evangelical Friends Church kind of came from. So George, in his younger days, was not really sure what he was supposed to be doing with his life. So he decided to take a hike or go on a journey or whatever they called it back in the 1600s. So he went on a journey to specifically Pendle Hill, went to the top, and just had some kind of alone time, did probably some prayer, some reflection. And in his time of praying, had what he would describe as a vision of himself, you could say a dream, but a vision of himself preaching in front of a large group of people. And during that time of reflection, he left that time up on Pendle Hill feeling a call to the ministry. And it was from that time then he then started the Quaker movement, and is is responsible for our denomination ultimately. So he had what we call his Pendle Hill moment up on Pendle Hill. And our job here through the Pendle Hill Pledge and our commitment to students is to help them along their journey and to mentor them, not only an office on campus, but faculty, staff along the way, and frankly, upperclassmen of the freshmen and sophomores. We are committed to helping students find their calling, and I'll kind of go through here. So provide opportunities for discovering God's calling and vocational purpose. So calling not only on what their job is going to be, but also God's calling as to who they are meant to be as men and women and children of God. So opportunities for discovery. Advising and mentoring. Provide advising, mentoring, guidance, and encouragement to help you work out your calling so you'll be equipped to serve your church, community, and the world. Hands-on learning. We have always been, and have now packaged it this way, very big here at Malone on getting students experience, or getting students to have actual experience in whatever it is that they're looking to do. So required internships, professors helping to place you in those internships, and it may be a student teaching instead of an internship, but practical hands-on application of what you're learning in the classroom and actually doing it. Lastly, professional development, particularly as you get up into your junior and senior year and are starting the process of, okay, what next? Our commitment to you is to help you through that, through career fairs, off-campus events, personality and career assessments as well. Mention here briefly, before I jump to that slide actually, that we also have a program. So if you are thinking, I'm not sure as a high school senior or high school junior what to major in even, you're very normal. And we offer a program here at Malone called Pathway U. If you go to the Pendle Hill website and just go to Malone's website, and you can just Google or search for Pendle Hill Pledge or Pendle Hill, and you'll find Pathway U. And that is a link to an assessment that even as a high school student, we welcome you to take that. And it's a great opportunity for you to get an idea of, based on your strengths and your weaknesses, what you like to do, what you don't like to do. It will list for you different majors that you might want to consider, different careers that go with those majors, and eventually, as you get to be your junior and senior year in college, it will actually be posting job opportunities in those related areas. So it's a great thing to do even as a high school student, and we'll be offering programs here at Malone, and part of that program will be taking the Pathway U. So you are welcome to at any time take that and share it with your parents, and it will just start some good conversation as to, what am I going to do? I'm so confused. I'm so undecided. First of all, know you're very normal, and that's absolutely okay. But do the Pathway U and see what it encourages you to do. Back in the day, I took it, and it told me I was going to be an undertaker. I'm not, and I'm not sorry, I'm not. But there's transferable skills there of talking and counseling with people, and certainly the sales and business side of that too. So it wasn't completely off. I did just take it the other day just to kind of help myself get a better understanding of the program. And I was an education administrator, which is what I do. So that was affirming. So give it a try, Pathway U, and you'll find that on the Pendle Hill page on our website. Okay, after all of that, wanted to share just some facts about Malone and give you a little bit of history. We were founded in 1892 by a powerful couple, Walter and Emma Malone, and that is where the Malone name came from. It actually started out as Cleveland Bible Institute, because in 1892 we were actually founded up in Cleveland, Ohio, about an hour north of here. And in the 50s then, because of the highway system going through, the institution had to find a new location and decided to land in Canton. And at that point, we took on the Malone name. So it was Malone College, and then in 2008 became Malone University. So changed a lot over the years. It started out in 1892 as an institution of 6 students, and we have now grown to a size of 1,500 students. And those are including undergraduate and graduate students. Speaking of undergraduate, we have, again, if you're not really sure what you want to major, be encouraged that we have 58 majors and programs to choose from. So that's quite a few. If you wake up today thinking one thing and wake up tomorrow thinking another major, chances are we will have it. We also have 38 minors. Just a couple of the new programs that I will highlight. We have a cybersecurity major. We have a professional writing and editing major. We have a data analytics major, a digital arts major. Those are all new in the last year or two. And we also have a minor in Spanish for the professions and careers and professions. So that is meant to kind of align itself with some of our other programs, but can be taken as a standalone minor too. And most of our students here at Malone do end up graduating with a major and a minor, and in some cases they end up with a double major. So the curriculum is put together in such a way that it lends itself to definitely the majors and minors. So you don't have to, so don't let that stress you out of thinking, okay, I don't know my major, now I don't even know what I'm going to minor in. It's okay, it all comes together. We also have 8 graduate programs. So if you are thinking about sticking around or doing business, or if you are interested in nursing, or if you are interested in continuing your education and becoming a school counselor, we have graduate programs in those areas as well. Okay, thought it would be helpful for you to actually see a little bit of what maybe a timeline would be. So your next steps, if you are a junior in high school, there's the Pathway U. So take the self-assessment at malone.pathwayu.com. That will actually take you right there. Make a list of colleges that have your major and any programs of interest, sports, clubs, organization, etc. And I would say don't lock yourself into majors because it may change a few times, but it's important to kind of consider that. Visit, can't emphasize that enough. And let me mention too, because I would say whether you're a junior or a senior, and actually even a sophomore, if you are able to come and visit, we are, even in our COVID days, we are welcoming students to campus and would love to have you here, giving you a tour of campus, meeting with faculty, talking with somebody in our office and admissions. Come and visit. It's really the best way to to get a sense for the campus. Take the ACT or SAT when they're being offered to boost your scholarship potential. So encourage that. I should mention that we are, as of actually spring, unofficially, but officially this fall, are a test optional school. So if you choose to go test optional, obviously you will not need to take your ACT or SATs, but you are welcome to send those to us, and we would love to. It may actually help you with increasing your academic scholarship if you submit them. But on your application, seniors, when you get to that point, there's a box to check if you are wanting to be considered test optional. So that's kind of the junior's next step. If you're a senior, again, take the self-assessment. It's just really helpful, even if you think you know exactly what you want to do. Apply. We are taking applications and have been for goodness now, at least a month or more. So malone.edu/apply. So apply to Malone. Now is a great time. I say get it out of your hair and into ours. If we can get your application by November 6th, which is kind of our push right now, we are able to get you a decision before Thanksgiving break. And October 1st, which is a week from today, is the opening of the FAFSA year, the financial aid season. So if you fill out your FAFSA early, get your admissions application in, we can get you your financial aid and your admissions decisions, all that information you can have even before Christmas break. And that just feels really good going into the holiday season, hopefully seeing Aunt Fred and Aunt Susie and Uncle Fred, and telling them that you've been accepted at Malone and your financial aid you've already gotten. And maybe you even know now that that's where you want to be. So we hope that that's your reality. Apply for additional scholarships. Talk to your school counselors, call our financial aid office, call your admissions counselor. There are scholarship opportunities out there that are not just from the institutions. Fastweb.com is a good search to kind of go to. You can check out our website. We have a number of options for you to look at outside scholarships there. But if you are a good student, there are scholarships out there that you can apply for. Applying. I already mentioned the November 6th. That is not a deadline. That's an early encouragement date, and also just a way for us to get you a decision before the Thanksgiving holiday. It's also just great to get it done early in your senior year, because you really don't want to be spending your holiday season submitting applications. Our priority deadline is February 1st, however, so most of our freshmen have applied by February 1st. So don't wait and do it over Christmas break. Get it done before life gets really crazy. If it's not already. What we will need from you is your high school transcripts. We will also need, if you're taking any CCP credits or courses, we will need a transcript from the college that you're taking CCP courses through. And if you are going to be sending us your ACT or SATs, if they are on your high school transcripts, we will count those as official. Otherwise, you can have them sent directly from ACT or College Board. I wanted to note too, and should have maybe mentioned this earlier, we are a super score school, and that's hard to say 3 times, so I will simply say it the 1 time. But what that means is basically if you have taken the ACT or SAT numerous times, we'll take the highest of your English, math scores from the various different tests, and then super score those together to come up with a composite that reflects that. So it can hopefully even boost up your ACT score and get you even additional scholarship. And then again, it does say that you can apply test optional, and it's just a checkbox on the application. We are also a Common App school, so if you would like to, are planning on filling out the Common App, you can just select Malone, and we have a couple of additional questions for you on the Common App, but it'll go quickly. So if you're applying the Common App and sending that to multiple schools, it makes sense, but you're absolutely welcome to fill out the Malone application too. And that is kind of an overview of Malone University. So we have a few minutes, I believe. So I'm certainly open to any questions. If anybody has any questions, they can use the chat, and I will be happy to ask. So I will stop sharing and see if there's any questions. And if there's not, again, I will stick around, but I do want to just mention that we have our website that has a lot of information. So I would encourage you to go to www.malone.edu, and the application is linked there. Our visit information is linked there. You can register for a visit online, and information about all of our programs. So whether you are looking at zoo and wildlife biology, nursing, English, history, please check that out and find out a lot more information about Malone and about your specific interests. So look forward to hopefully seeing you on campus. Again, I'll be here. If there's any questions, feel free to put those in the chat. Thanks so much for your time.
Great job. There wasn't anyone that came.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
But for me, no one told me this. This was just myself. I was planning on letting those run anyways. I thought, well, they might jump in at some point.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
those links are open.
Right. And I think the recording, I think those go up on the site, don't they? So
They
that people
do.
can even go, yeah. So
They
that makes
do.
total sense. Yep.
Yeah, so I was doing some work, but I learned a lot about Malone.
I'm so sorry.
No, I learned.
Very good. Well, hopefully we'll get to meet each other in person one of these days.
I hope so too. I would really like that. So
Yeah.
good luck to you. And
You
whenever we can see each other, I do know, I don't know if you or your staff goes to annual conference for OACAC or not, or
we haven't in a
I think they're
while.
going to try to have that in March if we can.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Otherwise I got to think, I think everybody's sick of the whole virtual thing. So.
I know.
But
no.
it's at least something. So thanks so much.
You're welcome. Good luck. Take care,
Yeah.
Linda.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.